I know.
Hi, everybody. This is Kyle Hall, your program quality director. We are starting. It is 7:30, and we are starting our EasySpeak webinar with Beverly Bowen-Bennett. I've known Beverly for a little over 2 years now. She describes her. Well, I would describe her as a firecracker, a go-getter, very energetic person. She was saying she's a busy old lady. um, I think the one of the things that speaks volumes about her is she received the President of the Year, Club President of the Year award for last year. And she is giving up her time to teach us about EasySpeak tonight. So over to you, Beverly. You have control.
Hello there, everyone. Everyone is now four of us, I understand. I do want to have a understanding of who I'm speaking with. So I'm asking if you would go to the chat site and write in if you are a Vice President of Public Education. How's that? Vice President of Education, or if you are a new member to EasySpeak, and I'm defining that as anyone who's been successful at signing in and accomplishing what they wanted on EasySpeak at least 20 times.
Okay,
if you would do that, Kyle will let me know that you put new in if you are new.
And VPE if you're a VPE.
VPE or new. I'm showing you on your screen, my screen for EasySpeak as I open it. You will see my username is Grandma B43. My password is here. I am logging in.
So Beverly,
Beverly,
why you do that?
Yeah.
We appear to have mostly new people who are new to EasySpeak, 20 times or less, and we do not appear to have any VPEs with us today.
I just heard somebody keep in. Welcome aboard, whoever you are. We're asking you to let us know if you are a new EasySpeak user or a Vice President of Education. I'm very glad to hear that they are new people, because most of what I hope to present is to help new people get going. This is how my screen looks once I log in. I belong to only one club that uses EasySpeak, that is Talk of Tacoma. You will see where my little finger is, my hand, but you'll also see there's another club name there, Good News Toastmaster Group. Good News is actually Mike Marin's club, and he uses EasySpeak. I would be remiss if I did not share with you that 9/10 of what I know about EasySpeak was learned from Mike. He was so generous in teaching me the basics and beyond. And I have visited his club, and he has allowed me to be on his list. Here we go down to the most important thing you have to do every time, going down to next meeting. I do not care what you want to do. You have got to click on View Meeting for it to open up your other opportunities. I'm too fast with my pointer sometimes, but I'm just going to go over to the right and pull this down so that you can see what I want you to see here, which is the left side of the screen. And that is where most of your work is going to go for a regular member. As a matter of fact, using my pointer, I'm going up to what's called Profile, and I'm going to go to Club Member View, because I am the guru for our club. I get a different screen pop up for myself than what you would as a member. I have gone to Member View. So now what you are seeing is what you would see if you were a new member to Talk of Tacoma. And because I have opened up meeting for May 15th, you can see that this is the agenda or the sign-in sheet. My screen, my icon going over again, and you can see that we have signed up for roles. This is very important to look at before every meeting, obviously. We need a Toastmaster because the person who was going to be a Toastmaster just called me today and has a work conflict. As I huddle over that yes, I can accept that Toastmaster role, and I will, just to demonstrate to you how that's going to go. And then my name pops up as being the Toastmaster for the meeting on Wednesday. Being we're talking about the agenda, I'm also going to hover over this called Agenda. This is where we print our agenda from. This is where we sign up. This is where we, back over here to confirm our attendance. You see Beverly is going to be there. I am going to go down to us. I have to take somebody who said they weren't going to be there. Oh, here's Jackie. Jackie says she's not attending. That's because she clicked no. Then this shows an X, and Jackie's always nice about writing in meeting conflict. Going back over to my agenda that I wanted to show you, this is what we print out. It just takes a minute. We print this out.
Beverly, you need to just slow down a little bit with the mouse.
Oh, sorry. You want me to go back and do it again?
No.
Okay. So this is what the agenda looks like when you print it out. Anyone can print it out, but usually in our club, the Toastmaster does. Now, this one will just stay here. We're not going to worry about it because I just go back and click on there and I'm back where I was. Now, I'm taking my mouse to the left. This is what I really want you to see. My participation. This is where you do most of your work as a member. The very first thing is sign up for meetings. Did I hover on that long enough? I signed up for meetings. It comes up, sign up for meeting, Talk of Tacoma.
Yes, you did hover on that long enough.
Good. This is for you as an individual person. It's your responses that are going to record here. I cannot assign anyone else to a role from this screen, even though, like I said, I am the guru. I can, however, welcome aboard whoever just joined us. I can click on that and say, I don't want to be Toastmaster after all. And they ask me for a reason, and I say, I'm tired. I just wrote that in. But I will be there at the meeting. So I'm saying I'm still going to be there. And now I have successfully declined that role. And the role of Toastmaster for Tuesday the 15th is now open for someone else. Let me take another role just so everyone can see how it works. I already have a role in this one. Oh, I don't have another role. So I'll take Table Topics Master. I hover over that. I accept the Table Topics Master role. Click on it. And now I'm there for the 15th, Tuesday the 15th meeting. The really great thing about this particular screen is that going up again and over to the right, see the dates that it's specifying? Those are the dates that are showing up on this screen. If you click on this little down arrow I'm going to be on vacation, let's say, for June 26th. I don't want to have any role there. Am I going to be at the meeting? No. So I'm saying no. I'm not confirming my attendance, and then I'm going on vacation. Okay. It jumped back to the current weeks that we're working with, but you can go back over here to the weeks between June 18th and June 18th. There we go. Let's try that. June 26th. And again, I can sign up for any of these roles. Already on the 5th of June, Austin Wagner is the presider. He is our president. He's the presider most of the time. And Allison Hendricks, who is the person who could not do it today, asked me to plug her in for June 5th, and I did that earlier. I'm going to go back over to my participation and go to request a speech. If you were new, it would not look quite like what it will look like when I open mine, because I've given a speech or two. One of the things that I wish was different is that they have the going down all the way to the bottom. They have the pathways. Your path and pathways is at the bottom. I would like it to be up at the top now, because I am doing pathways. I am not doing the old program. As you see, I have finished my first level in pathways, and I'm starting on my second. One of the things that I think is really good about, I have to go back over here and do it again, sorry. Request speech, is that they do have, looking for workbooks, effective coaching is the one I chose, but all of the, oops, sorry, I did that too fast. Going up here where it says start a workbook, if you click on that little down arrow, then all the pathways, paths are there available for you to choose which one you are taking. Does that make sense? I hope so. To sign up for a speech, you need to select the title. And it's going to give me one. I'm just going to say my speech right now because I just want to get this done. And just some letters. And then the workbook. That's where you have to know what you're going to be working on. If you've decided to finish off something in your program that you're currently on, you're working towards a DTM or something, you can do that. You just click on that workbook. Again, like I said, I am doing the effective coaching. So I'm going to go back down here to effective coaching, click on that, and pull down my choices. I've already signed up and scheduled. Please note the clock. That means that speech is scheduled. I haven't given it yet, but it is scheduled for the 22nd of May.
Beverly?
I have requested this speech. Yes?
Quick question. Suppose
Yes.
you wanted to give this speech in a 7 to 9 minute format as opposed to a 5 to 7. How difficult is it to change the time?
Well, let's just find out. Because I will, Introduction to Toastmaster Mentoring, I will choose that as what I'm going to do.
Okay.
And then I will go up to my preferred dates. And I always just choose some because the vice president of education is going to schedule for you anyway, unless there's a specific date that you want. And I'm going to save this, and now I have a speech that is chosen. And for a second, please excuse this, I'm going to the officer view. Because as an officer, I can choose my, see, here's my speech, and I edit it. And can I edit the time? Not that I know of, Kyle. I'm not going to waste our time with something I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's
Apologize
okay.
for that.
That's okay.
Going.
I don't think you can. This is Hong, by the way.
Hi, Hong.
Oh, hi! That's
Hi,
one of my
Beverly.
favorite people.
You're my favorite. In EasySpeak, it's already preset with each
Yes.
one of the projects by the EasySpeak admins. So
Yes.
whatever is indicated on the manual, the time is already preset in there, so you can't change it, or you don't have the option to tweak the time.
Okay.
You can, however, if you select a different project that has the amount of time that you require, then you can pick that project. Does that make sense?
I'm
And
going to go back. Sorry. I'm going to go back to meeting on the 15th and view meeting for the pure reason that I want to go back to a member profile instead of the officer's profile, and it's not letting me do it right now. Okay, let's go back to profile. Club member view. There we go. Okay, we're back. We'll be back doing it, seeing it as a club member would see things, which is what we want to do. Thank you for that input. So we requested a speech, and the Vice President of Education is the person who tells you when you get to give your speech, and you will get an email telling you the Vice President of Education has scheduled your speech for June 6th. Here we can view my speech progress, which you guys don't care about seeing my speech progress, and if you're new, you won't have any yet. The other thing that you want to see is Pathways Base Camp. Again, I'm not going to click on that because what does it do but take you to the TI site? That's not something you really want to do right now. So I'm taking my arrow back down, scooting over, and going down. I don't use these sites much as a member, but as you see, as I climb over them, they pop up. The meeting on the 15th. You could send a message to the Toastmaster saying, I would really like to come early and talk to you about something. Anything that you want to send to them, viewing the meeting. But now I am going to take you back over here to the right, pull back up, and we're going to go up top. I'm crossing over to this club. This is one of the areas that I use a lot. David and I were talking beforehand, and he mentioned that he did get the handout that I created. This is that user list that was on there. This is the view that you see as a member. And the important thing for Talk of Tacoma, my home club, is that all the phone numbers and contact is on here. And you can email. Send an email to Allison. Subject. We'll say Toastmasters. She's the young lady who, come on. She is the young lady who could not be Toastmaster today. So you are now scheduled, backspace, for the 5th of June as requested. And send the email. Any member can send an email to any other member simply by clicking on that email site. You can also send an email to all the members. Do you see these little funny things here? The reason they show up on this screen, because even though I am not using my officer's screen, the people for whom I am a mentor show up on my screen. So Antoinette Atkins is one of the people who is someone I'm a mentor for. I can assign Antoinette a speech as her mentor. Antoinette, by the way, is the young lady who was on the panel with me at our conference in Bremerton. She's one of our members that I think is going to go far. The other thing is, I hover over this, I can view her communication progress. I can view her leadership progress. And how many roles has she taken? I can look at the role summary. So these are the roles that she's been. She's been an evaluator 3 times, the last one being at Tuesday's meeting, general evaluator once, timer twice, and speaker twice. I find this particularly helpful in giving feedback to the members for whom I am a mentor. How other people use this screen is sometimes just to remember who are the members of our club. The interesting thing is that if I was using my role as an officer, I also have an icon on everybody where I can edit them. So I can change their email address, change their phone, whatever that is. Going back up to this club, I wonder who the officers are. And the list shows up for you. Beverly has too many roles right now, but she's going to have that fixed on the 1st of July. Going back to this club, we can go down to club charts. I don't know how all this is going to change with when we really get pathways going, but right now there's a check mark where someone has already completed the speeches since we went to pathways. Many people, like Cheryl, is one of our older members. She lost her mother and then had surgery and hasn't been there and hasn't been giving very many speeches lately. But she is one of our strong members, and then there's Beverly, who can't shut up. Got lots of speeches there. We see who is, and as Lynn has finished her competent communicator, going to start on her specialty speeches, and now she's wondering if she wants to start Toastmasters. Pathways instead. And here we are with that clock again. Chuck Pollock, one of our newer members, is going to give his first icebreaker on team collaboration path, and he's scheduled for the 22nd of May. Anyone can see this and see how their fellow Toastmasters are doing. Instead of going all the way back up to this club, I can just go to this chart. And here's the mentoring chart. We're not always as good at that as we could be. We're going to be getting better as we do pathways. Back up to where it says charts. We can look at roles by members. You can actually see who's been taking roles in the different meetings. Again, that's more useful to one of the officers who's trying to encourage somebody who has not been taking roles. Bridget McGinnis, by the way, is off on maternity leave. She had a little boy. She named him Maverick. I would like to go back over here to roles by members. And this is another one where I'm not quite sure. It says we have a pathways chart, which I haven't looked at. So shall we look at that together? I don't know. So that's new to me. Oh, here it is. Innovative planning and is what he's on. Okay. That's new to me. I hadn't noticed it was even there. I would like to make sure that I am covering what you want. So if you have any questions, would you please go to the chat and ask them, and Kyle will tell me, or turn on your own speaker, whichever works best for you. I want to, while you're thinking about that, I'm going to go over and pull myself down and go back over to the left to view meeting.
Just a note, nobody has typed in a question, but Kathy typed in that they successfully modified the time after the Toastmasters finalized the agenda.
Oh yeah, we do that. I don't know if I've successfully done it on the agenda itself or just at the meeting, but I will look at that. Thank you. What was that name again?
Kathy said that.
Thank you, Kathy. The things to look for here as a member is
where's here?
That on this page, I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is the sign-in page for the next meeting. If you go up to the right, you see where it says next, you click on the little arrow and it takes you to the next meeting. This is another way for you to sign up for roles. We have a lot of open roles. I'm already speaking, so I probably shouldn't sign up for another role, but in this case I will. I'll say I'm going to be a timer. So I just say yes. It will let me do that. We've had, in case anybody thinks I belong to the most fabulous club in the world, we've had as few as 4 members be at a club meeting, and so we filled multiple roles. Which reminds me of something, which I will go to in a minute. Over here is where you say whether you're going to be there or not. Not attending, attending, not attending. I don't know what this, suddenly we have this unknown, and which is not, I'm sorry, I'm teaching you something that's it's not correct. Maybe it's because I'm in the membership and it only allows me to do the ones that I am associated with. I'm going to go back, see previous over here on the other side. Let me go back and show you something. So that's the meeting that hasn't happened yet. This is the meeting that just happened. So after the meeting is over, you go in, as usually the Vice President of Education does this, and confirms that in fact Austin did show up and he did do his presider role. That both of these people gave their speech and all these people filled the roles that are here. The ones who actually showed up for the meeting are the ones that attended here. Now we sometimes have special guests. It might not let me open that because I'm in a closed meeting. We'll go to an open meeting.
You can actually click on show.
Thank you. Was that you again, Hummel?
Yes,
Show.
ma'am.
You're so good.
Yeah, you can click on
So
that
it went to hide again.
that means that nobody attended. I mean, no
Oh,
guests.
that's right. Didn't attend. That's why we have to go to one where it hasn't happened yet. We had no visitors.
We have no guests or special, visitors or guests. That's why.
By the way, that is one of the, and I'm gonna finish this and then go to a different view. So this is the meeting that hasn't happened yet. So we show people who've been guests there before and have actually given, as special guests, they can give speeches. I could sign Judy Young up for a speech. I should probably call her and ask her if she wants to do it first. I'm going to go back to the officer's view. And you see, I have a whole bunch of different views, things I can do. The Vice President of Education has a lot of tasks. Scheduling speeches is one of those tasks. I clicked on that and this screen comes up. I would like to point out to you again the clock. That means that speech has been scheduled. The question mark means that speech has been requested but not scheduled. Here are guest speakers who have spoken at our club, and I can request a speech for them again. So as the Vice President of Education, I can actually, I'll do it for Lori. I can go in and request a speech for Lori out of her pathways or a specialty speech or whatever, and give it a title and a date, and then save it, and it will show up as a speech that I can then assign. We had a question about what if I gave a speech at another club. I belong to 3, so it's not surprising if I do. You go up here and I will choose that one and then hit go. And understanding your leadership style out of pathways, smoothing out your path and pathways is what I've called that. If I gave that today at some other club, I would say save external speech and I would get credit for it. I originally thought I needed to find out somebody to evaluate me, but I don't have names for people that are at other clubs showing up on here. So I've discovered if you just leave that blank, it works, because I have given many speeches at other clubs. I'm not going to do that, of course, because I did not give that speech. Going back over to the left to Vice President of Education. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing okay, aren't we? Still no meetings. I mean, still no questions. This is where you create your meetings. The way it works is that it's going to give you the next available date automatically. So that for us is the 24th of July of 2018. We always meet at 12 o'clock, and I'm talking about Talk of Tacoma. This is meeting number 85 since we've been using EasySpeak. Let's say July 24th, so let's say we want picnics as our theme. I never leave the agenda for later. That's just me. When I'm creating a meeting, I go to the templates, and unless there's something going on like a humorous speech contest perhaps, or the speech evaluation, international speech and competition, or a holiday party, I go down to my usual agenda. We are also able to create something that we say about that meeting that's at the top. For instance, when I was putting together the one for the International Speech Contest, I wrote here in red, I would love it if you know, not I, but it would be nice if all the members would attend other speech contests and definitely go to the contests where the member who wins from our club is competing. I just wrote that in there, and when the time came to print out the agenda, that showed up on there. I'm going to write here, hope everyone is having a great summer. I like to fancy things up, so I'm going to go up here and make that bold. Oh, wait, I needed to highlight it first, didn't I? Well, now I'll make it bold. And make the text color red, one of my favorite things to do. And I'm going to change the font size so it's nice and big. And I submit. I want to view that event because I want you guys to see it. Comes out just the way I set it up. Is there any questions about that? For me, that was the hardest thing to grasp, was setting up.
Beverly, Hong says, please go back to teaching a regular member how to navigate the difficult screen.
Which difficult screen?
Hong, can you give us some more detail on what you're looking for?
The different screens that regular members navigate, because right now I think you're going into more of the officer roles.
Yes, and I did.
Yeah, and I don't know if the majority of the people attending this webinar are officers.
No, most of them are just members.
Most of them are members.
Yes. So if
you would like me to go back and do. Yes, just I can do that.
The different screens that they need to know in order for them to navigate through how to use EasySpeak, from updating their profile to signing up for meetings and requesting speech and setting their goals and such. Oh no, I thought we had done. Well, we did. So we're back on. I want to make sure I still have the officer's profile. Officer view. I need to change it. Okay. There we are. Club member view. Okay. So when I went over signing up for meetings, I went through the My Participation and the signing up for meetings using this screen. Is there anyone that does not understand how to use that screen since I went over it? Please say something, because I thought I spent quite a bit of time on this screen. Yes. And then, and then one of the things that would be good for members to know is they can request a speech also on this page. If you go to the. Oh yeah, you can request a speech there. Actually, there's about 4 places you can request a speech from. Right. And that is true. You can do that. But you end up with the exact same format for requesting a speech that we went over before. Okay. And then when they sign up for the speech, in the case that they don't have a speech title yet or an introduction at the same time they sign up for the speech, they can always go back to updating that information when they go to the actual day that they've been assigned a speaking slot, and update the information from there.
You actually can change anything about what you have chosen. Well, let's see what to do. Oh, I know what to do. Just 1 second. Take me a second to move over here. I'll go to, excuse me, that I always move that too fast. Viewing meeting on the 15th. Come on. I'm going to go to the one that's on the 24th. I mean 22nd, excuse me, because that meeting I have a speech that I'm giving. Anywhere you see the little pencil, you can edit anything. I had originally said that I was going to entitle this speech, Who Am I Anyway? I could say, who am I? I know. Who do I think I am? Not that much different. And then save. It will show up on here as who do I think I am? Because I changed it, and I can change any aspect of it. Anytime that you have a pencil, let's see if we can get a pencil somewhere else. I'm being kind of slow right now for some reason. Oh. No, pencils don't show up there. We'll go to this club, and we'll go to user list, see if the pencils will show up. No. Speech list? No. Club charts, maybe. Let's go to goals chart. You were interested in that.
No.
Here's a pencil. See the pencil? You can edit your goal. So in this case, I am Donald's mentor, so I have the ability to go in and edit his goal. He said he was going to have it done by July 1st. Well, let's say that I think he might get it done by June 1st, and I can save that. He can do that himself, too. If it was him that had the screen open, he would have this. If Christopher had the screen open, a pencil would be there for him. So a pencil is how you adjust it. Let's go back to these little cute things here.
May I?
So this is, yes?
May I add something?
Well, of course.
If a member goes under the My Participation menu, would you please click on that for me? My Participation
which part?
At the top.
Oh, you want to do it at the top rather than at the side?
Yes. If they go into My Participation and if they go to view my speech progress, okay, it will give a list of all the speeches that they've signed up for. And if you scroll down a little bit, it will give them all the status of their education progress. Okay? And then if you...
Unfortunately, we're only going to get mine because of that. But where I went to that is from the left side here, where it says My Participation. And you can view your speech progress from over there also.
Yes. And then if you look to your right, where it says communicator goals, the members can set up their goals for their path with that option. Take your
Under my communication?
no, you're in the right screen. If you go to the right where it says communicator goals, go to the right of your screen, Beverly. You see that box under EasySpeak? Go to the right. Go to the right. There, a little bit more. Go to the right a little bit more.
Past the globe.
Okay. Right down. You see where it says communicator goals?
Oh, new goal, you mean?
Yes. The
Is that what you were wanting to do?
Yes. The member can set a new goal for themselves.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You can do that with the arrow, using the arrow also.
What arrow?
I mean the pencil. The pencil. The pencil does the same thing.
The pencil is to change, I believe, to change what goals you've already set. But if a new member coming into the club and they want to establish a new goal for themselves, they click on the plus sign.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a neat feature. I've never seen that before.
Which part?
Yes. Well, the whole goal setting feature and the fact that you can set it and then edit it.
Yes, it's very important to have that. And what we encourage new members to do is to set up a new goal for themselves so that they know how much time in between each speech they have to prepare. Because if you look at the goals that you've already set for yourself, Beverly, or all of us can, right there it says that you have set a goal for, I can't read what is, achieve advanced communicator, whatever, and then it will tell you how many. Oh, you left that page.
No, now I'm on the goals chart for Taka Tacoma, and I wanted to point out that your club obviously does a much better job of goal setting, because as you see, there are very few of us who actually have set goals, and I see that as a strength in your club that I would like to move towards. The setting their own, my participation, and then the goals, view my speech progress.
They can also set their goals for the leadership progress.
And then the goal communicator is over here to the right with the new goal. Mm-hmm. Was there something else you wanted to say at this screen?
Well, that's pretty much it. It's nice to have for a member so that they can plan ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Are there any other questions? Pardon me?
I'm sorry. They can do the same thing for the leadership goals as well, which is if they go under my participation and view the leadership progress, they can also set the leadership goals.
Well, being we're on that discussion, how many of your newer members are doing the old education system, and how many are doing Pathways?
Well, we're encouraging all the new members to go straight to Pathways.
Yes, because I think that's something we will not be using leadership goals, I don't think, in Pathways.
Oh, okay.
In Pathways, it's the combination of the leadership and the communication. They go together in a way that doesn't quite fit the old system of communicate, like competent communicator. We won't be doing that, or competent leader.
Right, correct.
I'm not sure how that's going to work into these kind of setting goals, but that's a great.
That's what I was going to ask, because I haven't looked into the pathway through EasySpeak.
Well, it's down here. Pathways is there. I have a feeling you weren't here when we were talking about. See, were you here when I was showing that what my path is effective coaching?
Yes.
And I chose a new speech.
Mm-hmm.
So all these others are from the the old system. The only one I'm really working on right now is my effective coaching. And to reiterate that the green marks mean that I've already accomplished them. I've requested this speech, but it's not scheduled. The little clock means the speech is scheduled.
Beverly?
Yes.
We have about 10 minutes left, so I'm going to encourage you to see if anybody has any questions.
Yes, I would love to have questions. It would be helpful to me to know what you want. I would like David, particularly Dave, to say if he has any questions, something I haven't covered that would make it clearer to him.
You've explained everything quite well. It would just be a matter of going in, learning the system, and then see if that would be something that you could basically sell to the club to see if they would be interested in changing over to this format versus free toast, which is pretty much all they've been using.
I'm glad you said that, Dave, because I would be more than willing to come to any club and put on a demonstration for the members so that they could see how it would potentially benefit them, and so they could make a wiser choice. I want to go back to the Mike Marin situation at the beginning that I said was how I learned this to the point that I can do this as well as I can. I know it's not perfect. Was because Mike allowed me to come to his office and sit beside him and accomplish one little goal, and then when I got stuck, he would stop what he was doing and show me how to resolve that conflict and go on. And that's how I learned. I believe that everyone who takes on a job like you might be doing, Dave, needs to have a strong mentor in this system so that you could call me up, for instance, if I was your mentor, and you'd be on your computer, I'd be on mine, and I would be able to look at the screen that you were looking at and say, oh, what you need to do next is. And I would really encourage anyone to do that. I encourage the members of Talk of Tacoma to call me at any time if they need help requesting a speech or figuring out how to sign up for meetings or whatever they need to do. And we do it side by each with me in my house and them in theirs with their computer. And that has worked very well for us.
One other way you can get a lot of information on how to use EasySpeak, if you go under the help options, there's a lot of exchanges between the various members around the world who have posed so many different questions, and I learned quite a bit about EasySpeak through that. And then also you can send questions to the admins, and they're very responsive as well. If you have any, pardon?
I'd like to add that be sure and check at the bottom of the sheets that you got from me that they're online, that I put on there a couple of really good resources that I have found. Is in Facebook, the discussion group is fabulous. You can ask them any question and you get an answer back. I had a recent situation in which one of my members was Toastmaster, and she tried to print out the agenda a half an hour before the meeting and was unsuccessful. I had never had that happen. I put the question on that talking list or communication group, and the answer I got back was that at that particular time the whole system was down and I should not worry, it will not happen again. Yeah. So that I love that resource. And then I've also gone on YouTube, and there are several very good YouTube demonstrations on Facebook. I mean, on doing the EasySpeak. Other questions? How many members did we actually end up with?
You mean how many participants?
Yes, participants. Excuse me.
5 people.
5. That's less than the 11 we were hoping for.
Yep.
Well, I really appreciate that the 5 of you were willing to come and spend some time with us on this. As I probably said about 20 times during this hour, I am very comfortable with EasySpeak and feel like that I can navigate it fairly well. And I think it works well for a club to keep track of. For instance, we're still sitting on my sheet here. You know, if I get to thinking I'm not accomplishing anything, I could just come on EasySpeak and look at the number of speeches I've given in the last year and a half, which is how long we've been using EasySpeak. I would like to, if everybody has, there's one more thing. If everybody has a pen and paper, or if you got the sheet, my contact information is on there. Otherwise, if you didn't get the sheets and want to contact me, if for no other way, you could go through our valiant new district director who's going to be taking over July 1st.
Thank you so much, Beverly, for your time and effort in giving us this tutorial.
I, again, learned so much putting this together for you. I've never put together anything on my tablet before, and all of that work on printing out for you came through my tablet.
So I'm going to bring this meeting to a close. If we were all in a room, I would have you give a big round of applause to Beverly. That doesn't work as well over microphones. So just say thank you to Beverly, and I'll stop recording, and we'll call it a good night.
Well, good night. Thank you very much, Kyle.
Good night, everybody.
Yes. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Kyle, will you stay on for a second?